A great rapper, singer, actor, and media personality, Calvin Cordozar Broadus Jr., A.K.A. Snoop Dogg, had made people set awe. With his killer swagger and larger-than-life personality, Snoop Dogg has become a force to be reckoned with in the rap game. But only OGs know that the Snoop Dogg from the 90s wasn't the type of rapper to be messed with. From repping street gangs to being part of the deadliest rap beef in the industry, rappers have got a million reasons to be scared of Snoop Dogg. Gaze upon and listen as we dupe into the shocking truth behind why rappers are downright petrified of the one and only Snoop Dogg. Keep watching till the end of this video to see why rappers are really scared of Snoop Dogg. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at the Ice Champ on Instagram now. Snoop Dogg's criminal record. Snoop Dogg's willingness to engage in physical altercations and his history of legal troubles have contributed to a perception of him as someone to be feared and respected in the rap community. During his teenage years, Snoop Dogg attended Long Beach Polytechnic High School, where he was involved in football and the Rollin' 20s Crip gang. In 1990, he was convicted of cocaine possession and possession with intent to sell. In 1993, Snoop Dogg and his bodyguard, McKinley Lee, were arrested in connection with the death of Philip Woldemariam. The conflict between Snoop Dogg, Lee, and local gang members escalated into a violent confrontation, resulting in Lee shooting Woldemariam. However, both Snoop Dogg and Lee were acquitted of all charges in 1996. Snoop Dogg faced legal trouble again in 2005, where he was sued by a makeup artist who accused him and some of his friends of drugging and raping her after his appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2003. The lawsuit was later dropped, reportedly due to a settlement being reached. In 2006, Snoop Dogg was arrested at a Burbank, California airport on a possible drug possession charge. During a search on his residence, the police found a gun. In 2007, he pleaded guilty to 2 felonies, one for possessing marijuana and the other for violating the law that forbids felons from owning guns. In 2012, Snoop Dogg's tour bus was stopped at a customs checkpoint in Sierra Blanca, Texas. He acknowledged that the drugs were his and received a citation for possessing drug paraphernalia. More recently, in 2022, Snoop Dogg made headlines for a legal battle involving a former employee who sued him, alleging sexual assault. The rapper denied all allegations and filed a counter lawsuit, claiming it was an extortion attempt. Snoop Dogg's heated beef. Now let's dig into the juicy details of the intense feud between Snoop Dogg and Eminem. It all started with some comments made during an interview, and things quickly escalated with diss tracks and social media showdowns. In July 2020, Snoop Dogg caused a stir with a controversial statement. During an interview, he drops a bombshell by revealing that Eminem didn't make it to his top 10 rappers of all time list. Snoop Dogg gives credit to Dr. Dre for discovering talents like Eminem, but suggests that Eminem's success is mostly because of his association with Dr. Dre.
With Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre helped him find the best Eminem that he could find.
To make matters worse, Snoop Dogg even implies that Eminem can't hold a candle to the lyrical greatness of 80s rap legends.
Because there's some in the 80s that he can't with, like Rakim, like Big Daddy Kane.
Fast forward to December 2020, and Eminem decides to clap back. He released his deluxe album, Music to Be Murdered By, featuring a track called Zeus. In this explosive song, Eminem aims at Snoop Dogg, taking shots at him and expressing his frustration with people. Eminem shares his disappointment in Snoop Dogg, someone he once admired. The feud continues to make headlines as Eminem addresses the alleged beef during a conversation on his SiriusXM radio channel on New Year's Eve. He admits that Snoop Dogg's comments did bother him.
He said the way that he took it was kind of like that I don't with him, that I didn't
particularly because of the disrespectful way they were delivered. While he acknowledges Snoop Dogg's point of view, he's annoyed by the lack of respect. Eminem clarifies that he never claimed to be on the same level as the 80s rap legends mentioned by Snoop Dogg, and he especially didn't appreciate him saying he could live without Eminem's music.
When you talking about this hip-hop that I can't live without, I can live without that.
But wait, there's a surprising turn of events in October 2021. During an interview with the Breakfast Club, Snoop Dogg decides to bury the hatchet and extends a heartfelt apology to Eminem.
You know what I'm saying? And I apologize to him and I let him know. And I'm just bettering myself, you know what I'm saying? I make mistakes, I ain't perfect, I'm Snoop Dogg.
He declares his love for Eminem and acknowledges the intense competition within the rap game. Snoop Dogg admits that his previous comments were out of line.
And I felt like I was out of pocket.
In the wild rap scene of the 90s, Snoop Dogg and Suge Knight found themselves in a heated feud. Snoop Dogg, known for his ties to a gang and his association with Death Row Records, clashed with Suge Knight, the CEO of the record label. Death Row had a notorious reputation for violence and criminal activities, and this had a profound impact on Snoop Dogg. However, after his acquittal in a murder case, Snoop Dogg decided to distance himself from the negativity and bring a more positive vibe to his music. He left Death Row, signed with No Limit Records, and publicly criticized Suge Knight. The beef between them played out through diss tracks and media quotes. Still in 2005, Snoop Dogg eventually organized a summit to reconcile and unite the West Coast rap community, leading to a resolution between him and Suge Knight. Snoop Dogg's internet controversies. Whether it's backstage scuffles or clashes with other artists, Snoop Dogg's fiery personality often leads to intense situations that make others wary of crossing him. The feud between Snoop Dogg and Iggy Azalea began on October 13, 2014, when Snoop Dogg posted a picture on Instagram comparing makeup-free pictures of Iggy Azalea to a photo of a seemingly albino African-American woman with a cornrowed hairstyle. Snoop Dogg captioned the post as "Iggy Azalea no makeup," which ignited the feud. In response, Iggy Azalea expressed her disappointment and confronted the rapper about his actions. She mentioned that despite his mean Instagram post, Snoop Dogg's bodyguards would ask her for pictures whenever they crossed paths at shows. Snoop Dogg didn't back down and continued the feud by posting another photo on Instagram. This time he compared Iggy to characters from the 2004 film White Chicks, specifically Sean and Marlon Wayans' characters. However, a few days later, on October 15th, Snoop Dogg and Iggy Azalea decided to end their beef. Snoop Dogg took to Instagram in a video where he addressed his followers and revealed that he had a conversation with his friend T.I., who was acting as Iggy's manager at the time. Snoop Dogg apologized and stated that the feud was officially over. He expressed his respect for T.I. and emphasized that he wouldn't engage in any more negative talk, acknowledging his love and appreciation for his friend.
And it's officially over. No more bad talk. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks.